This is going to be a dupe, of course, because we are not spending $2,300. I'm not on a bag when I could just sew it myself. So today I'm going to be making a Balenciaga bag dupe, and the Balenciaga bag in question is $2,300. So this is going to be a crazy dupe if I succeed. I've been collecting jeans from the thrift store for projects like this, and while I do have blue denim jeans for this, I feel like they don't all perfectly match and I might need to pull from two pairs. So I'm going to use these two pairs of black jeans I've been sitting on for a while. What's great about being able to sew is that I'm going to recreate this bag, but I am going to make alterations and change up a few things so that it suits me and my needs a little bit more. So in the front we have these pockets here. I really like the zipper pocket. I'm going to stick with that one in the front, but I'm going to change up the other pockets. So I will be adding a flat pocket on there too. So like the one on the side, I'm going to put it in the front because I feel like that's going to suit me more than what's on the original bag. Also, there's a little AirPod holder. I don't use AirPods. I don't use earbuds at all. I use over the head earphones because I feel like AirPods do not stay in my ears. So I really have no purpose for that AirPod holder. I'm going to replace that, and since I will be adding the flat pocket to the front, that's going to take away from the length of the tube pocket, so that's going to be a shorter tube pocket on my bag. 2 days ago I went and I worked on the pattern for this bag, and then yesterday I went and I cut all my pattern pieces from the jeans. The back and front pattern piece is too big to cut from one solid piece of denim. So I lined up this fold line with the seam of the jeans and cut two, one from each leg. Then I went and cut out all the other pattern pieces from wherever I could. I even used the back pockets of the jeans because I thought they'd be cute for my pocket flaps, and used every inch of the first pair of jeans I could to get as many pieces cut from that pair as possible because I didn't really want to take anything from the second pair of jeans. The Balenciaga bag has structure and it holds its shape. I want my bag to do that too. So I went and I pressed interface into every piece I cut out. And for the pocket pieces, I went and I stitched them to a lining fabric. After pressing this to interfacing, I stitched it to a lining fabric. And then I went and serged around the perimeter of these pieces. This excludes the pocket flap pieces because that's going to be two sides of denim. These are all the pieces for the front of my bag. I have 4 pockets to add onto here. So we are going to start with the which pocket should we start with? Let's start with the big zipper pocket. First, I went and marked on the front of my bag piece where I'm going to place my pockets. I just folded down the pattern to the size the face of the pocket will be and traced it on there, or cut off the seam allowance to get the final size of the pocket. Here are the pieces I cut for my first zipper pocket. First, I'm going to sew my zipper to the zipper side. Then I top stitched along the side of the zipper. And now I will be sewing this to this here along the top and also along the bottom like this. I went and top stitched along either side. So here is the front of my pocket. I already marked the center top and the center bottom, and I marked the center top and the center bottom on this as well. I'm going to go and use clips to attach these two, and now I'm going to go and sew the two together. I am loving the gingham lining. I think that's such a cute little detail. And now the last step for this pocket is to attach it to the front of the bag. So I'm going to fold under these edges and I'm going to pin it to the front inside of this border that I drew on here. I'm going to stitch this on. We officially have our first pocket. So I have another zipper pocket just like this one. It's going to be the same steps, only it's not as long of a pocket. It's about that big. So I'm going to sew that one together and put it on. Here are the pieces for this pocket. Here is the side of my little front center pocket. I'm going to attach this to here the same exact way I did on the first pocket, only I went and took a Levi's tag from the jeans and I sewed it onto here so that when it's all sewn together, it'll be like this. Anyway, I sewed the front pocket piece on. It is so tricky to sew the sides onto the front. I feel like that's the trickiest part of the pockets because like one corner is going to be a little bit round and the other corner is going to be a little bit square if you don't do it the right way. But I think that this is good enough. I'm going to sew it on the same exact way I did the first pocket, just folding under the seam allowance, pinning it into the rectangle I drew on here for it, and then stitching all that in place. I think it looks pretty good and it's functional, which is what matters most. So now I'm going to sew on the third pocket, which is also another zipper pocket, but it's simpler because we only have these 3 pieces for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is sew in my zipper here. So I have my facing. I'm going to stitch around the rectangle. I cut down the center and snipped into the corners, turned this to the inside and pressed it. I went and shortened this zipper so that it will fit into this rectangle here like so. And I'm going to stitch around the perimeter of this rectangle and stitch the zipper into place. I'm going to fold each side at the corners like this and stitch those in place. So I did all 4 of my corners, and when I turn this out, I have a cute little 3D pocket. I'm gonna go and serge this raw edge, and then I'm going to attach this the same way I did the other 2 pockets, just folding under the seam allowance, pinning it into the rectangle I drew here, and stitching it on. I could have made the pockets a little bit smaller so that there'd be more space in between each pocket versus them all being right up against each other like that, but they're all still fully functional, and as long as it functions, I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to do the 4th and final pocket for the front of my bag, and that's going to be a flap pocket. So these are the pieces for my pocket flap. I'm going to go and add my 2 snap buttons, and here is how it's looking over here. I'm going to put these 2 together right sides facing, so down, around, and up. Cut the excess fabric from these corners here and snip into the seam allowance. So now I'm going to press this, top stitch around the perimeter, and I'm going to serge along the top edge. With that done, I'm going to use clips to attach the pocket side to the pocket fronts and sew these 2 together. Then I folded over the top edge 1/2 inch and stitched that in place. And I'm just going to fold under the seam allowance like I've been doing with every pocket, and I'm going to pin it to the front of my bag within that rectangle that I traced onto there earlier. And then I'm going to sew on my pocket flap with 2 rows of top stitching. To finish this pocket, I went and added the other half of each snap button to the pocket. The pockets for the front of my bag are officially done, so here's how it's looking. I'm going to follow all the same steps I followed for this pocket, and I'm going to add that pocket to one side, and then I'm going to repeat all the steps I took for this pocket, and I'm going to do it for the other side of the bag. That's one side, that's one side. I think they are so cute. I cannot wait to see this bag all put together now that we have our sides and our front. The first thing I'm going to do for the back of my bag is sew my fabric to my D-ring. So I'm going to go and press this in half and press in the seam allowance. I'm going to top stitch all that in place, and then I am going to sew it to my D-ring like this. I went and sewed a lining fabric to the back of bag fabric, and now I'm going to stitch my zipper facing to the inside of the bag, right side of the facing, facing the inside of the bag. I cut down the center and into those corners and turned this to the outside. Then I pressed it and sewed my zipper in here. I'm going to fold in my seam allowance and pin it in place, add in my D-ring and stitch all of this. Then I'm going to sew another lining to this along the perimeter. And I did go and stitch in the ditch so there'd be a bottom to this pocket. Last night I also went and added a pocket to one side of the lining, and I threw another little Levi's tag in there. And on the other side I added a zippered pocket. So let's go ahead and get to the shoulder straps. I'm going to start with this strap here. So I cut all the pieces of everything I think I will need for this strap. It looks like there's this one piece that wraps around like that, and then there are the two sides. So for the long piece that wraps around, I have two of these. And one I went and added the snap button to. And then I cut 4 of these for the sides. So I'm going to go and sew the 2 together right sides facing and these 2 together right sides facing, and I'm also going to go and sew these 2 together right sides facing, but I'm going to leave an opening in all of them to turn them right side out. I trimmed the excess from the curve and snipped into the seam allowance. I also went and clipped the excess fabric from the corners. I did the same thing with the 2 little rectangles, and I'm going to turn all these right side out and top stitch. And here's how those look after I've done that, and I'm just figuring out where I need to place the other half of my snap button. I'm going to take my little rectangles and I'm going to sew them about 1/2 inch down from the top edge on either side like this. This is pretty bulky, but when you sew a bag with structure, you expect there to be some bulky things to sew through, right? So I just feel like this is kind of unavoidable with the kind of structured bag I am trying to achieve right now, or at least that's what I'm telling myself to justify me sewing through this bulk, but it's going smooth so far, so I think it's gonna work. That is one successfully sewn on. Let's go and sew the other one. So I'm going to sew this onto my strap first, and then I will sew these 2 here like this. This strap is done for now, so I'm going to put that aside, and now we are going to work on the other strap, which has the card holder and also a D-ring at the top. I have a little piece I cut and added interfacing to. This is going to be my facing because I'm going to create a little slot for the D-ring to come out of. So I'm going to draw the smallest rectangle I can on here, and then I'm going to stitch it to the strap. I cut down the center and into the corners, turned this to the wrong side, pressed and top stitched around the perimeter. Push it through. I'm going to sew it in along this edge. And there it is. I'm going to take these 2 pieces from my card holder and sew them together right sides facing, leaving an opening to turn it right side out. I turned it right side out, pressed it, and now I'm going to top stitch around the perimeter and add my 2 pockets, which I added the opposite sides of Velcro to each one. I pressed the top edge of the pocket down 1/2 inch, and then to attach it to the main piece, I sewed a basting stitch along the bottom edge to gather it enough to fold under that raw edge. Then I went and pinned it to the main piece, folding in the rest of the raw edge and sewed it in place. I can only fit 1 card on each side, but they are pretty snug in there. So if I do use it, I think that the cards are going to be safe and secure as long as my Velcro stays nice and strong. But I'm going to now attach this to my strap. And I'm going to take this one and this one, and I'm going to sew them together along the top edge. I'm also going to do it for the other 2 that are going to go on the inside. Take them, put them right sides facing, and I'm going to sew them together along one side. And now I'm going to go and press in the seam allowance on both sides and then fold them together like this and top stitch along both sides. I did go and stitch along the top of the D-ring to secure that, and now that this is all finished, it's time to put the bag together. I'm going to sew the zipper to the top of the back. Then I'm going to sew the lining to that same side of the zipper, turn it over, and top stitch. I'm going to do the same with the front of the bag on the other side of the zipper. Now I'm going to sew the bottom edges of the bag together, so I'm going to put them together like this, and I'm going to stitch all the way across. And for the lining, I'm going to put the bottom edges together, but I'm going to stitch across one side, across the other, and leave a gap in the center. I pinned on the sides of my bag and slid my shoulder strap in there to sew into place when I sew the sides on. Then I went and sewed the sides onto the lining bag. I couldn't really reach the top edge with the machine, so I hand sewed the lining sides to the lining bag along the top. I turned this right side out, and the very last step to finish this bag is to hand sew this opening left and the lining closed. While my bag is not an exact replica of the Balenciaga bag, I am so happy I made it because I've been wanting to make myself a tote, and dare I say, this bag is so much better. I'm actually so surprised at how many things I can fit into this bag, which is now my new favorite bag. As always, thank you for watching.